Scott, good to see you. Same question when it comes round to the Cup. Priorities, Cup, League?
I think, as always, League's probably fundamentally our priority this year, but in saying that, it's a competition I've mentioned before in the early rounds when we first went into this competition. It's a competition that we want to do extremely well in, and we have an opportunity at this present moment in time, at this weekend, against good opposition, but one which, we could go and get through this round. It takes us into the realms of maybe seeing something really. So as always, we'll go there as strong as we can. We want to get through this round, put in a good performance, and stay in the competition really.
I suppose you will have to rotate a little though, will you? You have done it already in the round.
Yeah, I have done. Probably that will be the case. There'll be some. We'll rotate a little bit. Obviously, use some of the squad. Gives us an opportunity to do that. Another game so close after as well. We have a game fixture on Tuesday. We'll probably rotate a little bit.
Do you lean towards more the old adage then that Cup and League form could go hand in hand, and it is about continuing momentum?
It's definitely about continuing momentum, and I think we see that over the course of this when the competition's been like this. The last fixture we had was Southampton. Boys coming in, we have a biggish squad here, and everyone's working very, very hard to get minutes and get in the team, and the work that goes on. I see them boys coming in, or the ones who have come in have done very, very well, and I don't see any difference this weekend really.
Will you ever get tired of being asked about keeping clean sheets?
No, I won't, to be fair, as long as it keeps happening. The day you stop asking is the day it probably stops happening really. So look, as always, I think I've said it many a time. It's something we're very, very proud of. It's a work that full credit to all of us here and players as well. That on the defensive side, our structure and everything that goes with that, a lot of hard work's gone in. Hence why we've produced the numbers we have on the defensive phase as a team, really. So something we're really proud of, and something we want to continue. Really gives us a platform and a foundation in most games. So. Hopefully, like I said, you can keep still asking them questions in many weeks to come. At
the same time, does it surprise you a little? Because 1,090 minutes without conceding, effectively it's the best defence in Championship history as well.
Yeah, it surprised me, for sure, because the numbers and what we're doing at this present moment in time, like you said, have probably not been seen before, certainly in the Championship as well. This is a tough league where you're playing literally every 2 or 3 days, a league that brings many problems in a defensive phase really, and there's some teams what play a certain way, there's other teams that give you different problems in how they play in terms of how they create opportunities and chances. So you have to, in every phase of your defensive structure and certainly your mentality and your mindset, you need to fix up to a lot of different things. Premier League's probably a little bit different. Of course the quality is there, no doubt, but in terms of what you face, the differences of what you face, high ball, bodies in the box, crosses, a team that build up and try and play through the phases. There's loads of different things that you have to adjust to, and like I've said, we've done that very well this year.
Scott, there's obviously a very serious element surrounding this game, given what happened in the league game at Deepdale. Do you have any concerns that can affect proceedings on Saturday?
Well, I hope not. I understand the allegation, the seriousness to that, and I suppose me sitting in my position, I'm very conscious first and foremost of just Hannibal, the player, really. So that's my main focus and has been my main focus since the incident took place, really. He's in a great place, wants to play, and obviously I'm not here. I'm not going to discuss on whether Hannibal plays or not. The facts are that over the next 24 hours, I'll make the correct decision, which I think's right in the best interest for Hannibal and the best interest for us as well, really. So.
Can you just expand, though, on what you have to weigh up? Because I'd imagine there's an element that wants to protect Hannibal, but at the same time, there'd be a feeling as to why should Hannibal miss out?
Of course, yeah. And that's one which is one that I need to think hard and long about, because you're exactly right. There's 2 phases to this. There's one which is fundamentally I want to protect Hannibal, and I don't want to put him into a situation, or on the flip side of that is why should he miss out? And that's a decision that I'll have to make and get to, and I'll make the best decision that I feel is right for Hannibal, while also explaining them situations and seeing where he's comfortable as well, really. Now it's too early. Tomorrow morning and leading into that, I'll have them conversations.
I take it no further update as regards the investigation?
No, just obviously it's going through investigation now, and we've not really heard anything in terms of where it is at this present moment in time.
Thanks, Scott. Good luck.
Cheers, pal.
Hi, Scott. Just on Hannibal, not too dissimilar to last week. Does it need either yourself or Paul, the Preston manager, to make a decision to take the sting out of the game, do you think?
In
terms of selecting one of the players or not selecting them?
Not really. No, I've got to make a decision. Of course I have, and I have to make a decision on the conversations, how I see Hannibal, really. And like I said to you, Hannibal wants to play. He's ready to play and wants to be amongst it and be part of it. He's done extremely well, and he's a vitally important player to this team. It lands on. I don't think it's my responsibility. My responsibility is to Hannibal. My responsibility is not to anyone else, and that's the sole thing that I'm thinking about in terms of where he is and the situation of what it may look like and how it may be. And there's a lot of things that I have to, in a position I sit in, I have to go through and work out what the best thing is ultimately for him and us as a team as well. Because, like I said, he's very important. And over the next 24 hours, I'll get to that decision.
Will the club be making any, will take any special measures or anything like that to prepare him for a possible, reaction that he might get on Saturday?
I will, for sure. I'll put him in, or I'll give him an understanding. If that was the decision, I'll give him an understanding of how things may look for him, and put him in the best frame to obviously for him to go and play a game of football.
Is it quite sad that glorious competition like this, we should be talking about the match, but it's overshadowed by events that we're currently talking about?
Yeah, of course it is. And sometimes these things, that's the way it is, really. You're right. It's a brilliant competition, and one which you're starting to get to the back end of it, really. A live game at 12:15 against our local rivals on TV in the FA Cup. We shouldn't really be discussing, and certainly I probably shouldn't be having to make decisions on an incident what took place, really. But this is what's arose and this is what's come up, and we'll work from there to make it the best situation we can, really.
How have you found the whole process? Has it taken any sort of toll on yourself?
No, it's been fine. Process has been really fine. Initially, like I said, something new to me as a coach. I never experienced the allegation that obviously Hannibal said to me at the time, as you're working on your feet at that moment, and first and foremost the care and obviously the understanding of where Hannibal was. Since then, process has been spot on, really. We've gone through process, and the people involved in that have obviously took what they've needed to take from it and are investigating now where it needs to go.
And the Championship side guaranteed in the quarterfinals, they still believe in the magic of the cup?
I do, yeah, I do. I was brought up on the FA Cup a long time ago, and probably the publicity and everything what went around the FA Cup, no doubt that was probably a lot more than it is today. It feels like the FA Cup gets squeezed in to things now. When I was growing up, it was the be-all and end-all. I used to said it before, and excuse me for repeating myself, but I used to spend the morning waking up on FA Cup morning where it was a 4 or 5 hour sitting in front of a TV watching a team bus leave a hotel, and this is the magic of what I was brought up around. And you start getting to the back end, you're two games away from, I think it's semi-finals is at Wembley, I'm right in saying it. So that's our ambition, that's what we want to do, really.
Just find any particular favourite memories of this cup competition? Tottenham,
and many of opportunities. Obviously, supporting Spurs. Wembley. I think it was Coventry. I'm right in saying it was Coventry. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think it was a Coventry. Gary Mamet. Yeah, it was that was the one. Yeah, that was the first bit of this. Yeah, so Forest Gaza, stuff like that.
Cheers, Scott.
Cheers.
I think it's just one quarter final in 20 years, Scott, for this football club. So these opportunities don't come round too often, do they?
No, exactly that. No, I think that's the biggest thing, really. We've entered this competition wanting to stay in it and do well, and there's a big opportunity now. You're starting to see it a little bit. There's no doubt in the early parts of this competition, it's way down the road, and you've got a lot of games, and you know, in terms of where you face. Now we've got a tough game at the weekend, no denying that, and that's been proven over the 2 times we've played Preston this year. But it's a game we feel that we can go there and get a result and put ourselves in the quarterfinals, like you said.
I think it was 11 changes at Reading and 8 at Southampton. Is that just the nature of this competition, especially when you're trying to compete for promotion, that eventually the number of changes decreases?
I think it is, yeah. Look, like I said, the main focus and drive this year is obviously league. And we have a squad, and I trust every single one in this squad to give them game time and to give them an opportunity to make a right go, give them minutes to put them into the team as well, really. So we won't weaken our side this weekend by however many changes we'll make. We'll go there and be highly competitive with a group that I decide to pick, really. And like I said, hopefully get through to next round.
Has the cup run been quite nice for you to see some of the lads that haven't featured that regularly in your championship side? It
definitely has, yeah. It's been just a good opportunity, one, for them boys to get minutes. And for certain players who have not got minutes this year due to other players doing extremely well form, I always say, Scott, it's a tough decision every weekend that every manager faces, and certainly I face, because I know that a lot of these boys can come into this team and do really well, and you can only pick a certain amount of number. So these competitions give me that option to get games in their legs, keep them up to speed, because football does change very quickly. So it's been good for me in that sense.
And you left Deepdale 2 weeks ago with a point. It could easily have been more, couldn't it? Is that one that kind of got away a little bit for you that day?
Yeah, definitely was. We was frustrated that day. I think I spoke to you after. It was a frustrating day because performance was there. Like I said, we created some big opportunities which we didn't manage to execute on the day. And we obviously came out with a draw. So yeah, look, we're looking to go and try and take the same performance there again. Hopefully be even more of a better version of ourselves, really, and win the game.
Cheers, good luck.
Cheers, thank you, mate.
I know you won't be looking past Saturday, Scott, but the FA Cup has opened up a little bit with some big sides being knocked out. Is there a chance here to go quite deep in this competition?
That's the aim. Yeah, the aim's out, and I think whether that's the case or not in terms of big clubs leaving the competition, I think the Cup always brings them special moments where every game seems to be really competitive, really. That's what the competition brings. So the main focus is Saturday, and we're not going to really look much further than that. We've got a job to do, and we need to go there and obviously put in a performance and win the game. And then let's see where it takes us, really. Yeah,
we just spoke to Joe Worrell. He seemed quite motivated that not to get another 0-0. Both games are 0-0 in the league. Yeah. Is that the feeling on the squad there? We want to show that, not put them to the sword.
I think it is, yeah. I think we're playing against, like I said, we're playing against a good side, an aggressive team, play a certain way, man for man. Sometimes the game does look like that. They know what they're doing. I think it gives us great confidence from the last time we played them only 3 or 4 weeks ago. So I thought we played well in our moments, and we executed it all. We had some big opportunities on another day, should really win the game and come away. I'm hoping that there's, like I said, we're better for that, and we're a better version at the weekend. We'll see, mate.
Injury-wise, how's Bashir Humphreys doing?
Bash has picked up a little bit of a quad strain, so he'll be missing for a little bit. I don't know time scales at this present moment in time, but it's one that, a little bit disappointed. Picked it up in training, so we'll monitor that over the next days. But my suspicions are that he'll probably miss some time.
That's a blow, isn't it? 'Cause he's been doing really well for you this season.
It is a blow, yeah. It's a big blow. Bash has been brilliant for us. Obviously coming into a new club and really done well, so it's a big blow for us. But this is sometimes in elite sport and professional sport, these things happen. We'll adapt now.
Scott, just taking you back to that 87 final, was there a player or a moment when you're watching that you think, oh yeah, I'd love to be that person, or I'd love to play at Wembley?
I can't believe you've asked me, because there was a player, and there's a player that you're probably not even going to remember, and he was a Belgian player called Nico Klaassen.
We do remember Nico Klaassen.
Nico Klaassen was my absolute, literally, I absolutely adored him. So yeah, he was the main one. As random as that sounds, I'm sure there was many what you thought I may have come to you with there, and I've chucked you out.
No, you're not old enough.
Not in any but
You're not old enough. I would have said Glenn Hoddle, but I suppose he's pre you, isn't it?
I didn't. Yeah, it was more Gaza, Tottenham Gaza team, and the one I remember. What was it? 87.
Yeah.
So I was 7 years old there. So yeah, it was Nico Klassen was.
So what was about Nico Klassen you really liked?
I don't know.
Hey, Chrissy Waddle back then.
I'm getting older now. I just remember him like working really. He was like a 10 or a second striker or a striker. Am I right in saying that?
Yeah.
I don't know. I just liked the way he played. I can't really remember too much. So I was 7 there, mate. I'm getting a little bit. Yeah.
It's funny how you can sort of date everybody about what's your first cup final that you remember, and then you can say that one and it goes on from there, and people go, wow.
Yeah, exactly.
Scott, just widen the picture though, just looking at the big thing of promotion, is it still trying to make it into that top 2, or do you feel the other 2 are getting away a little bit?
Oh, that's our aim. Our aim's going for it. We're right in the race here, and we are. We're going to do everything in our power, like we have from the start of this season, to try and go take it right up and try and fill one of them spots, really. And both teams are very competitive teams, and we know their qualities. Said it many a time, not really interested in that. We need to keep winning games and keep ticking them off, really, and we'll be in a really good position, and that's the main focus. We've managed to do that. We're 20 odd unbeaten at this present moment in time, and we're in a really, really good place, and we need to keep improving on that.
Because just on that, there's a crazy stat. I think 1 defeat in 50 or something. If you take this season and go back to last championship season, so 1 defeat in 50 championship games or something, which is just bonkers.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. I mean, I can't take any credit for that one, the last one. So.
We'll take that from Vinny. He's got enough credit.
Yeah, I'll give Vinny a call and shake his hand on that one, and I'll take credit for the 50. But look, I think from our side, it's like I said, we're a young team in development at the start of this season, and still are now. Am I surprised in any way where we currently are and what we've currently done? There's elements of that, but I always say it seems like I've got a great group here that they're always driving and always wanting to do well, really, and we need to keep improving. We need to keep working hard, and up to now we seem to be doing that.
Thank you.
Cheers, lads. Thank you.